Number 7. Duck Hunt Dog. Yes, this dog is the bane of a lot of people's existence. I tried to include not as many characters that are commonly hated. We're mixing some characters that a lot of people hate that I hate too. So there's Omotel and Bubsy already on this list because who doesn't hate Bubsy and Omotel? The next character and there are probably more characters that will commonly appear. That's because they're either annoying or rude. The Duck Hunt Dog can be summarized in one short sentence. He is the worst canine ever. He laughs at you because you miss. Why does he laugh at you? Like, what's the purpose? He's the biggest jerk and one of the Gen 06 more on this list. The seventh biggest jerk in video games. Number 6, Dr. Wily. He was cool in the first 3 games because every game needs a villain. But when you constantly disguising yourself or using someone else as a villain, only to pop up later and become the villain, it starts to become annoying. Like, Mario Bowser does the same thing, but Dr. Wily is even worse. Like, Mega Man and his friends fall for a disguise that looks very much like Dr. Wily in one of the later Mega Man games. I don't know which game because I don't really play Mega Man games, but it's a seriously, Dr. Wily is like in every game. Like, in Mega Man X, it's Sigma. Like, Sigma does the same thing, but Dr. Wily is just one of the most horrible game killer villains of all time. He just shows up at the end of the game. Like, most of the games show him until like Mega Man 5. But then in this Mega Man 7, he just decides to just, like, in the way Mega Man games, why does Mega Man continue to fall for his disguises? And also when Proto Man's supposed to be the villain, you know who's the actual villain? Dr. Wily. Like, why? In every single game, he's the villain. Why can't you just find a different villain? I know Dr. Wily is synonymous for being Mega Man's villain and all, but it's like a Ganondorf is to Zelda. At least Zelda changes villains and Mario changes villains occasionally. Only the Mega Man X and several and the spin-off series have changed villains. It'll likely be in Mega Man 11, it'll be the same thing. Dr. Wily will make up some weird disguise in Mega Man 11 even comes out to fool everyone, and because the people in Mega Man universe are apparently dumb enough to be fooled by these guys. Bottom line, enough of Dr. Wily. Number 5, Wooey. Wooey is one of the most selfish characters in the entire game. He is also greedy. Wooey seems to have one problem. If people want to associate eating disorders with a fictional video game character, you can start with Wooey. Let's start with Pikmin 2. Do you know the whole journey of Pikmin 2 started? The whole story was because Wooey decided to eat the golden Pikmin carrots, so all the events in Pikmin 2 were his fault. The reason why the Hawkatations went bankrupt was because of Wooey's eating problems. I know you're hungry once in a while, but God, he didn't have to eat the Pikmin carrots, and that means thousands of more Pikmin have to sacrifice themselves because of Wooey. And in Pikmin 2, because we're still at Pikmin 2, as explained, like, Wooey's a horrible character. Okay, he befriends the Titans Weevil and he attacks you. He doesn't think, and it's confirmed that he's controlling the Titans Weevil. The Titans Weevil was just an innocent spider. Wooey probably made him pick up the weapons and anticipating that Owlmouth would come and find him, because Owlmouth would know that he went, and he did. So that means Wooey got weapons to kill Owlmouth and the Pikmin. And in Pikmin 3, you know what he does? He steals all of your food. Like, really, Wooey. You all you care about is food. Like people complain about like childhood characters being greedy in terms of food, and Goku being greedy, and Sonic even. But Goku needs a wise amount of food to do all of his training. But Rui, he just wants to eat, eat, and eat. He only cares about eating. He doesn't care about anything else. He doesn't have any other hobbies besides eating. Like, what does Rui even do? And in Pikmin 4, he'll likely even be more hittable, as he'll probably do something bad in Pikmin 4 as well, whenever that comes out. And guess what? If Rui if the Hogatazens didn't, no, not the Hogatazens, the Copites didn't get any food, they'll die. And the planet will starve too, all thanks to some greedy a-hole deciding to, all the food is now mine because I'm Rui and I have to take all the food for myself. You know, Rui? Screw you. No one likes you. Number 4, that damn mole, or otherwise known as Rossetti. Rui is my favorite Animal Crossing game for one reason. You don't have to deal with this guy. You know what he does? He yells at you for not saving the game. What if your power runs out? You're not even able to save in time. What if your parents take your game away? If you're a kid playing this game and you couldn't save, and now you have to deal with this mole yelling at you because you didn't save. So it's tough luck, because now you have to deal with him complaining about you, and he'll force you to say sorry because you didn't save. Like, what if the power goes out, like right now, and I'm playing Animal Crossing and my DS goes red and dies? Like, I'm gonna play Animal Crossing until my power runs out. And I don't know when the power's gonna run out, and I don't know when the power's gonna come back on. But if the power runs out before the DS, before the power comes back on, will yell at you for not saving. Like, really? Nintendo. This is why I'm surprised. This was the deterrent to make people not buy Animal Crossing, because Rossetti is a pretty good deterrent to make people not want to buy a freaking game. You make this character to make people angry, and Nintendo and Animal Crossing developers, you did a good job, because Rossetti, he yelled at you for not saving. Like, there's no other character that does this. Only Rossetti does. And the funniest thing in New Leaf, you don't have to deal with him at all. You don't have to deal with him. He's optional. Finally, I don't have to deal with him yelling at me. And hopefully that trend continues with Animal Crossing, the next Animal Crossing. I don't have to see this mole again. Maybe let's get rid of him all entirely. Number 3. You know what? I'll keep this one short. 343 Guilty Spark is and for Halo 3 and Halo 1, it's the equivalent of Navi until the later part of the game. He's actually happy that Ford is coming back. He becomes the leader of the Covenant, and he kills Johnson, and he's the final boss of Halo 3. He's the most underwhelming final boss in history. Not in history, because there's probably worse final bosses, but the worst final boss I've ever fought in history. He is annoying as hell. He won't shut up. Even in the final boss, he wouldn't shut up. He is like the most annoying character, and he's a jerk too. The fact that he's happy that a parasite that destroyed almost all of humanity and thousands of other races is back is the fact that this character is a jerk. Good thing that in Halo 3 I actually get to get rid of this loser, because nobody really likes him anyways. 343 Guilty Spark, he can go back and he can go back on Halo and be with the Ford with himself, since he loves the Ford so much that he wants it back. Number 2. The next character is going to be from a very, very obscure game that I played when I was widower. Number 2, Professor Pester. This guy is from Viva Pinata. And you know what Professor Pester does? You know all those hard work pinatas you get at the end of the game that take forever to get? You know what Professor Pesta does? He comes in there and kills them outright. That's right. Peter should get rid of this guy. This guy kills pinatas because he doesn't want fun in the world. Boo-hoo. I'm Professor Pesta. I have to be a jerk to all of mankind. No, a pinata kind. Like, everyone is happy in Viva Pinata. And you know what he doesn't want to happen? He doesn't want people around the world to have fun. He wants people's lives and to be miserable. Like, the whole purpose of the pinata, to get to the pinatas, is to send them off to parties so people can have fun with them. Even though they'll just probably break the pinatas. But Professor Pesta breaks them so people can't have their childhood joys. Professor Pesta is a jerk because this is just footage of Viva Pinata. I don't think since this is just a let's play of someone playing a game, I don't think you'll actually shreds because I don't know how to video edit. Just to tell you, Professor Pesta will come in, and you know who makes the sour pinatas? Professor Pesta. You know who orders the ruffians to come in the Stoya garden? Professor Pesta. You know who comes in the story to pinatas? And you know what you have to do? You have to give him money to make him go away. You have to waste your money to get him to get out of your place. Like, he's evil. He's greedy. All he cares about is money. The only way to get him to go away is to give him money. The same thing with his friends, the ruffians. And nobody likes Professor Pesta. He is the definition of a douchebag. He just wants to ruin everybody's lives. He doesn't want people to have parties. Oh, here he is, Professor Pesta. He is no professor. You know what he should be called? Professor Douchebag, because that's all he is. I'll recap what I said here. Professor Pesta is a douche who wants to just ruin people's lives. The whole purpose of pinatas are supposed to be sent to parties. But Professor Pesta wants to ruin it, and he wants to make people suffer. And he wants to make them, and in Trouble in Paradise, his whole purpose is to make sure the party system and, whatever the thing is, because I haven't played the game in a long time, the thing that suits the pinatas to the party doesn't work. So you have to help your frog guy Langston to make sure to get the files for all the pinatas, because Professor Pesta stole all those files because he has to be a douchebag like in all the games. Now let's recap. I'll keep this further down for the recap. Number 15, Crap Slap. Number 14, Omo Crap. Number 13, I abuse a monkey every day, or otherwise known as Rashad. Number 2, Sonic Ripoff, or Bubsy. Number 2, worst character in the entire game, or otherwise known as Pichu. Number 10, Cheetah, or May. Number 9, Creeper. Number 8 was Sandre. Number 6, the Duck Hunt Dog. No, not number 6, number 7. Number 6 is Dr. Wily. Number 5, Wooey. Number 4, yells at people for what say in the games, or otherwise known as Wasetti. Number 3, Free for Free Guilty Spock. Number 2, A-hole. And number 1. You know what? I decided to show the footage for the Pete's game, because I didn't put any Mario characters on this list. And you know why? It's because Pete's is number 1. People complain that, Meta, I think 27II, complained that Bowser always kidnaps Pete's, but there's a theory that explains that Bowser will actually want to kidnap Pete's because he was an orphan and he doesn't want Bowser Jr. to live without a mother. You know how harsh that is? But you know what? If Pete's doesn't really want to be kidnapped, then you know what? Pete's is an absolute wuss. See? Oh, I don't want to be kidnapped by Bowser. But, I doesn't want to defend myself. I won't defend myself at all. I won't put Mario put Mario like an emergency notice or anything, or put Toads to defend. You know, you can train your Toads as an army to protect yourself from Bowser and his minions. I know Toads are cowardly and all they do is just run away and cry, and that's all Toads do. But Princess Peach She is absolutely one of the worst game character ever made. Like, her likability is just absolutely none. She does the only thing games he does anything is Super Princess Peach, where she goes to save Mario. But since from Bowser for once, because Bowser decided to actually be smart, but Princess Peach doesn't. Entire Mario series, all Princess Peach does is act helpless. Like, why don't you act like in Super Princess Peach and none of this kidnapping will happen? None of this will happen if you actually be tough for once, not be a freaking wuss. I know princesses, some like, look at Moana and even some of the even Brave for a good example of a princess that knows how to defend herself. The characters from Brave, I haven't seen Brave before. I don't know the girl's name for Brave, but the character from Brave, she's brave. That's why the movie's called Brave. But Princess Peach, she's just a wuss. She doesn't even know how to protect herself. She can't protect herself from anything. Like in Mario Galaxy, when Princess Peach just stood down. She didn't defend herself. She didn't act in any defiance against Bowser. Mario Galaxy, Peach just stood down, like literally. She just stood down in one circle. Oh yeah, now it's getting to the spin-off games. Oh yeah, and the first game of Smash Bros. He had the worst Final Smash. But the world, I haven't played Odyssey yet, but the world defense comes in Mario Odyssey. Mario tries to ask Princess Peach out after all the times Mario has rescued her and saved her. And you know what Peach does? She rejects Mario. Like, Peach, she has no heart. She bakes cakes and gives him kisses on the nose and cheek, but Peach doesn't really care about Mario. Peach has always thrown Mario in the friend zone because Peach doesn't care. Peach only cares about herself, and there's actually a theory that Princess Peach has invaded the Mushroom Kingdom, and the Goombas are the actual inhabitants of the Mushroom Kingdom, and Bowser is the actual rightful ruler. Like, seriously, Peach, you were just a horrible person, like, really. Oh, you can't even defend. If you want this kingdom so badly, then why don't you defend it? Why don't you defend yourself? Like, you can't do that? No, and oh yeah, Peter's voice is annoying as well. See it, like, people think Daisy is annoying, but I've grown to tolerate Daisy and Waluigi, where I used to hate both characters. But Peach, I have hated her more and more and more. And that's the problem with Peach. She never changes. Oh, none of the Mario games will have happened. None of the Mario games that do not involve Peach getting kidnapped would have never happened because of if Peach defended herself. You know how much problems would have been solved if Peach that actually did something for once? Peach is quite like people. And you know what the final strike on Destroy is? People call Sakura a horrible female lead. Princess Peach is a far worse female lead than any other female lead in history. Like in the movies, yeah, so Sakura does get kidnapped, but Sakura can fight. But Peach, all she does is just sit down. Stand there while Bowser kidnaps her. It's the same thing in all of the games. Like, really? Like, Princess Peach? Really? The only thing, let's recap on Princess Peach. Princess Peach is a obnoxious character that annoys us. And she doesn't do anything to stop Bowser from kidnapping her. Like, seriously, Princess Peach. You have to do something. You don't want Bowser kidnapping you, then why don't you defend yourself? And Super Princess Peach, you're perfectly capable to defeat many bosses and enemies in the game, but you can't defend yourself when Bowser kidnaps you. And then we have the worst, and then people call other female leads useless when Princess Peach is a far worse female character than Sakura. According to people, that Sakura is like one of the worst female leads. but they don't realize how bad Princess Peach is as a female lead. And in Mario Odyssey, Peach just flat out rejects Mario, even though they were supposed to get married in that game. Like, seriously, Peach, you have some problems that should have been solved when you were littler. Like, Princess Peach doesn't know how to do anything. Like, Mario has saved you like countless times, and you still reject him. And also, Princess Peach is just flat out annoying. And let's not even get started on Baby Peach, which is even more annoying. And of course, Pink Gold Peach, which is even more pointless and useless. Enough of Peach. Nobody likes you anymore. Nobody ever liked Peach. People think Daisy's the worst Mario character, but at least Daisy's probably can defend herself more than Peach. Mario, just find someone else than Peach. Peach is nobody special. All she is possibly the worst princess in all of princesses. Even worse than Anna and Elsa from Frozen. Overall, there are some characters I want to put on dishonorable mentions, but this video has gone on for far too long explaining how bad Peach is. Overall, Princess Peach is one of the worst characters in video gaming. Even if you do not include not even be able to defend yourself. And Mario Odyssey, if Mario Odyssey didn't release, Professor Pesto or FIFA 3 Guilty Spark would have been at number 1. But after Mario Odyssey, all likability for Peach has gone down the drain. If you still like Peach, then you should just give up, because Peach is a very unlikable character. She used to be likable in the earlier games, but if you want to play as a female character, Rosalina and Daisy are far better choices than Princess Peach. And overall, the next list will be the complete opposite of this, because I'm sick of these characters. I want to talk about characters I actually like. So, and I'm not going to do an animation line. I'll do it anyways. The top 10 best video game characters are be coming soon. Yes. Enough of this hatred for video game characters I don't like. It's time to show a difference in this channel for once. I will still keep up the crap videos that get views. Like, some of my opinions are still right, but most of the games I have never played. And I'm only just doing it to get views, because those are the videos that get viewed. This is the only games that I truly do not want to play are games like Bendy. Well, I do hate Bendy and Undertale because of how awful the fan bases is. So overall, I'll still keep making these videos that are considered troll videos according to people. And I'll still do a review on Star Wars, because Star Wars is overrated as crap. And I don't like Star Wars anyways. So overall, Peach is my most hated video game character. It's not Ness. It's not Lucas. It's not Bendy. Bendy was stripped out of the dishonorable mentions because I haven't played Bendy in the Ink Machine, and I don't want to play Bendy in the Ink Machine. The only two characters from games I haven't played is Facade and Bubsy, and I don't want to play Bubsy, and I don't know how to play Mother since I'm not a Japanese person. And Bubsy, the reason why I don't want to play Bubsy is very simple. 99% of the population hates Bubsy. Bubsy is a horrible platformer anyways, and I don't want to have to suffer an hour playing Bubsy just to justify being on the list. So, Bubsy, no one likes you. And Mother 3, I seen an entire playthrough of it, so that's justified. And I wanted to put him up, and I didn't want to put Porky on the list because he has been in so many other lists, and I wanted to put Facade in the hatred spotlight for once. Overall, this video is too long, and I'm going to end it now.